Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Swiss round 4 Zelda 1 randomizer race. Today we have a really good one for you. Thirwolf versus Bogie. Now these two, this is such a hype matchup. Thirwolf has won, both have won tournaments. Thirwolf having won the Random Percent tournament back in 2020. Bogie having won SG Live online back in 2022. So really good players going at it. My name is Tracy, and with me today is Spear and Magic Helmet. How you doing, Spear?
Pretty good. How's everybody?
I guess Chad will have to answer that. I'm doing well. There's the near start.
Oh, wow.
And Guria on the overworld, my least favorite enemy to be on the overworld. So much easier to deal with in dungeons.
Over blue wizards?
Oh, heck yeah. I'd much rather, yeah, I don't, Wizard's overworld tends to be preferred, but so I don't have to deal with them in dungeons. But Guria in dungeons are relatively easy to deal with, easier than other enemies. But on the overworld, they just snipe you when you're least expecting it.
I like the start screen. There's a lot of open caves nearby. They should be able to get a lot of information early on.
Yeah, they'll check here. We'll see if probably both end up at the Death Armos.
Yeah, look for the item. They're not too close to any of the Armos spots, though, so that'll take a little while.
Yeah, they're just close to the one. We'll see. They'll probably check that, and it wouldn't surprise me if either one of them went and wrapped over to the grave Armos. See what our money looks like. 99 for our one below the normal, so that should be fine. Hopefully we find a candle before the door repairs take all that away from us.
Nice to find the 99 right off the bat, so you can get a candle, maybe. The first time you see it.
No gamblers here. I might have on like a 10, if it had been like a 10 rupee small secret, but on 99, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And unfortunately, this won't be our Armos item. And Bogie's going to save. I bet Thirwolf will see this and do the same.
Looks like Bogie might be checking Vanilla 3.
Yeah, this will take him to Vanilla 3 and then the southwest quarter. Unfortunately, not going to have bombs to do both spots. So that spot could be left for a while. Ooh, 25 for our mid-secret. Not what you want to see.
Not too terrible, though.
Actually, it is as terrible as it gets, because it's min.
Oh, really? I thought it could go down to like 20.
Nope. Yeah, the mid-secret is the only one that isn't plus or minus the same thing as plus 10 versus minus 5.
Right.
You see level 6. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do anything in here.
He's going to do a pirouette and check it out.
Yeah. Well, you can get this. So the bomb wall is going to be on the left side, and Bogie's going to do it. You can do a screen wrap. He's going to take him to the coast, and then he goes back, and he can get right back on here, and it is going to open up that door. I imagine Thirwolf will do the same thing. And there's nothing we can do. But hey, we have the bomb wall open on Bogie, so see if Thirwolf goes ahead. Nope, he's just gonna not worry about it right now. It's level 6. We may never actually want to go there if our Triforce requirement is less than 8. And I think they're both going to wrap over to the grave. Thirwolf is going to just do it the old-fashioned north by southwest. Oh, he's going to screen scroll. And fairly even. Bogie was already a little head starting out, and still a little bit ahead, so we can see that it doesn't make a huge difference which one you do first. Or which way you do it.
Both runners are very much in sync, which is usually a sign of two good runners.
Okay, we find level 5. And go right or left. That bomb hole coming out because we came from the left. Nothing we can do there. Can we go to the right and do anything?
Oh, mugger right off the bat.
Yeah, we're not going to pay that right now.
No, definitely not.
I make it a policy not to pay muggers off before I have a sword. The good chance that's going to be required. You know, at some point they'll probably come back and pay the $66, but not going to worry about it right now.
12 is a small secret.
12 small secret is nice.
So we've got 12, 25, and 99 for the secrets.
Yep. So a little bit below average in terms of our money. I don't expect either of these runners to prioritize a blue ring, so they're going to have enough money to buy, you know, I mean, it's first quest. You know, it's very rare that you're not going to have enough money to buy all the things you need in a first quest money seed. Even if you roll down to 50, 3 times 50 is 150, which is still more than you're going to get in a second quest money seed from your large secret.
There's 2 in the second quest and 3 large secrets in the first, correct?
No, there's only 1 in second quest.
Oh, really?
Yep. Now, unfortunately, our Armos is going to be on the east, so we're going to check this one last open cave, get a heart container out of it, so that's nice. And Bogie's going to go ahead and save. We'll see if Thirwolf decides to do anything else. There's only 1. Yeah, it looks like Thirwolf is going to go for the Death Mountain open cave. If this is the sword, this is going to be huge for him. If it's not the sword, it's going to be a bit of a waste of time because unfortunately he doesn't have bombs to open anything on the way.
I don't know how I feel about that gamble.
I mean, from his position, it's not a terrible. It's only going to cost him a minute or 2, so it's not too bad. But it is. I mean, in this matchup, every second counts. Bogie finds just a blue ring shop at vanilla level 1, and just reset out of it. Just don't need it. Can't afford it right now anyway. And what do we got here?
Death Mountain Cave is just a
just a money-making game.
So we'll never be back there again.
Not in that screen. You might have to go to the screens nearby. Might not. That's just going to set Thirwolf back just a little bit. More money for Bogie. At 173 now. Really wants to find a candle shop right now. Spend some of that money. Thirwolf gets to see the blue ring shop. Nothing else of note in that shop. Even for our big shield aficionados, that's not the one you'd buy. Interesting that Bogie's going down the coast to hit the coast item before heading over towards the Armos and the open caves up there. Now what this does do for him is he'll be able to check the coast item, he'll be able to get this open cave right here, and then work his way up north and kind of very sequentially get all the open caves on this side of the world.
And the
find the letter.
Coast item's a power bracelet, so they may need that to get to the 4 vanilla. And how many second quest spots are there?
So there's 7 total spots. The 4 in first quest will always open, and the 3 second quest spots will be in that group of locations that are about 1/3 to open up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the sword. The cave below the Armos. So this is going to route very nicely for Bogie. Looks like Thirwolf is going to do something similar. He's not going to check. He's not going to do this along the coast. We'll see if he checks the coast spots. He's going to get his sword right away, so that works out well for him.
So less than a minute apart from each other with the sword. So Bogie didn't get too much of an advantage with it. He just got to clear a screen or 2.
There's our candle. Expensive at 75 rupees, but we have the money for it. So both runners going to go ahead and purchase this right now.
Have we seen the price for arrows yet?
I do not think we have not seen an arrow shop yet. And our expensive meat is rolled down all the way down to 82, which may or may not be relevant.
Thirwolf likely farming for a bomb.
Yeah, hoping for that first bomb drop because you'll automatically be at the 1. See how bad these gorillas are. 4 HP gorillas, not the worst. You will be able to take him down with a bomb or a magic sword or a silver's hit, but they did roll up. We don't like that. And no one with a bomb drop yet. This is not great. Because we're in an area where there's 4 locations up here in this northeast corner that you'd really like to be able to do. I think Bogie's going to prioritize some candle spots yet right now if he can't get a bomb drop. Thirwolf also not getting a bomb drop. We still haven't found our Armos item. It's gonna be here, at the Lost Hills spot. The ladder. Oh boy. Okay, so we can get that power bracelet whenever we want it. Thorwolf gonna take a death, which is unfortunate, but he's got things he can do near start, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And he could go ahead and do the world wrap, pick up the power bracelet, which I'm not even sure he saw it, so he'll probably just go ahead and do that, make his way to the Deadwoods and go get it at that point. Or he could just go east and get it that way.
I would guess that Thirwolf's more likely to make the power bracelet a priority than Bogie because it's not super urgent, and Thirwolf has no idea what it is.
Yeah, so for Thirwolf, yeah, it could be more things. Bogie's going to want to get that relatively soon. He's in a spot where there's, like, power bracelet stuff that he'd probably like to be able to do. Thorwolf going to go ahead and reset so his bomb count is back to 0. So the first bomb dropper he kills will have a chance to drop a bomb. You'll see a lot of the top runners will do that. Like he's going to reset again. He wants that bomb drop, and I think that's a good call on his part. Especially if he's going to go to that coast item, because he can get those 3 bomb spots in the coast if he could just get himself a bomb drop. There it is. First bomb drop of the game goes to Thirwolf.
10 minutes in.
Bogie finds level 7. Don't know if he's going to do it. He's going to at least see if he can open up a bomb hole. He can't. He doesn't have any bombs to do to open up a bomb hole like that. This dungeon would not be pure readable for the right or the left.
Now I wonder if they're going to go back to 7 if it's not a Triforce run, because it's way out of the way and it's the largest, most difficult, not difficult, but unrewarding level of them all.
6 is often more unrewarding than 7. It's actually relatively common for 6 to be bigger than 7.
But at least 6 is close to start.
Yeah, and that's true. But in general, yeah, the 6 and 7 are usually on the top of the list for dungeons you want to skip. Now, enemy set has a lot to do with that, so that could change the thought process if you walk into a level 8 or even a level 1 and there's a really bad Wizrobe set. Maybe you don't do that one if you don't have to do all 8.
So we're finding out the mediocre news that it's a power bracelet, picking it up.
Yeah, I mean, the power bracelet is one of those items where it's like, it can either be huge, get you a dungeon that you need, or it could just be a big red herring and it just, takes you away from other spots that you're gonna have to do.
It's not terrible to have it before you start exploring things like Death Mountain and stuff, where the really remote push block spots are. Yeah,
for sure. If you're gonna have to use a power bracelet, you want to have it before you're doing those locations. Bogie's now trying to do what Thirwolf was doing before trying to get that bomb drop. The Gorilla just not dropping bombs today, and there aren't a lot of good blue Octorok screens nearby.
Looks like Bogie might be giving up on farming that bomb. He's gonna go burn the forest down.
Yeah, I think, he could do Deadwoods and then do the world wrap into the power bracelet. And then there's a bunch of forest spots you can get to with the candle.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Thorwolf's gonna go ahead and buy a blue potion early. Wants to spend his money before it gets taken away with the door repairs and the, it is definitely would have been cheaper to go overall to go for the red right now, but a lot of times these runners won't necessarily need the red potion anyway.
How much was that blue?
It was 49 versus
49
78, I believe was the red. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, the letter is like the most underrated item in the game. Just the having potions can make up for a lot when you don't have a ring.
The main reason it's not taken is because they don't want the extra text loaded when they walk into one of the caves.
No, that was very true before we had fast text. Okay. It's not really so much true in today's game.
No, they just don't want the inventory space when they're auto.
Yeah, well, see, I don't even buy that because a lot of those people will pick up the potions from the take endies. So it's just one of those things where people they'll leave it behind, and I have seen people go back for the lair to get potions before, and that's definitely feels bad. And Bogie still hasn't gotten a bomb drop. Just saying. I think Thirwolf has still just gotten the one, so he's got one bomb left from what he's already done. The bomb droppers apparently agreed not to drop any bombs for either runner. Hey, there's a bomb drop for a Thirwolf. Bogie finds the hint shop. That is, I saw a couple of 50-something, so yeah, that's going to be an expensive hint shop.
So the bomb drop must be the rare shop, right? The bomb shop?
The bomb shop? Oh, we haven't seen nearly enough to know that yet. But yeah, we have not found a bomb shop yet. We found a candle shop, we found a blue ring shop, and we've seen an arrow shop.
Another large secret for Bogie. He's almost full on rupees. Thirwolf had picked up a heart, so he's got a good chance at the white sword item if we ever come across it.
Yep, 66%, 67. We're gonna find some take any roads. Oh, there goes a raft spot. Oh, this is on their start screen, so that's beautiful. Love to have the start screen raft take any road spot.
So is Thirwolf headed back to 6 right now? No.
Nah, I can't imagine you don't want your first dungeon to be a level like 6 unless you're like in the middle of nowhere and you just happen upon it. We're gonna get one
6.
last any road. Okay, so these kind of suck. The saving grace is that the first one is that we have one on our start screen, but the other 3 kind of all go to the same place. Well, not particularly useful other than going from start to that northeast corner. It does make 7 a more viable play though, because it's a lot closer to start with the any road.
Right. Between 6 and 7, are either of them generous with keys?
Yeah, a lot of times the bigger dungeons will give you a lot of keys, and you know, there's usually more ways to get around them. So it's not unusual for that to be the play. Let's see if Thirwolf's going to spend a bomb here to try and... Oh, he spends the bomb and it's not the right direction. Oh, he had a save. He's going to retry that bomb back, so that's really good. Actually, he has 2 bombs on the retry.
So we'll be able to check the final 2 walls.
Yeah, we'll see if he just goes ahead and yeah, because he would have used a bomb on this screen. He's going to use a bomb on the screen up here. He knows which wall to bomb when he comes back. If he comes back to 7. We may never see 7. Bogie's gonna find his any roads from his start screen, which is... We're gonna check him? Not gonna check him yet.
Now, if you're Bogie and you're maxed out on rupees, what do you do?
I buy arrows. I buy bombs. I buy keys. A lot of runners would buy... If he were inclined to buy a blue ring, this would be the time to do it. Except he's seen 2 of the large secrets, and there's no guarantee that he sees a 3rd. So you go from a good money seed, go from an average money seed to a terrible money seed. If you spend that money on the blue ring, you don't actually get the last large secret. That said, if you need a blue ring, buy a blue ring. Neither one of these runners needs it. Yeah, Malkier says buy keys, baby. Yeah, buy keys. I like it. I don't know if we've seen the cheap key yet. I think we've seen something in the 80s, which could be the cheap key, could be the expensive key. There's that 20 rupee overlap between the keys, so sometimes you can't tell which is which.
Level 1 in the waterfall.
Well, that's a nice find for Thirwolf, and we might immediately get an item, assuming this is not a transport or a segmented. Okay, we got a heart.
So in these flags, the heart containers are shuffled within the dungeon with the item. Yep. So if you find a heart container at the bottom of a staircase, that means that the item is going to drop on the floor.
Yeah, and in case of level 2, it'll be 2 items on the floor. Now, the coast heart is part of the items. So if we see a second heart, then that will mean that the coast heart is one of those. Thirwolf. Oh, okay, you got it right. It's always a scary proposition to spend that bomb, and we have no keys, so...
It's too bad there are Moldorms and you didn't have one more bomb. Those are so easy to farm bombs from. But we do have orange wizard.
Yeah, that might be why he didn't kill it, because he can get these wizrobes, get a bomb off of them, and then he can get up to 7 by forcing off the Moldorm. Of course, the wizards have to cooperate and drop a bomb. So far, they haven't.
100% easy room with the BMOS firing away.
We do get a map.
Gets the map, and it is a
And it's
segmented one.
segmented. Oh, this is not a room you want to be in. Oh man, this is terrible.
He's going for it though.
I mean, might as well. If you die, it's the same outcome as if you up A, so.
Oh, like you spend all the time fighting them though.
And the worst part about this is that the bubbles are going to get in your way.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no bombs to kill the blues. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's
going to
just
give
trying
up
to
on
farm a
this.
bomb, maybe? Just killing the bomb dropper?
Maybe. And maybe gets a bomb from the red wizards. Bogie about to join him in level 1. And still doesn't want to kill the Moldorm. That could be a stair. That could be the stair to the other segment. Bogie's gonna go in with 8.
Oh, nice. Good time for a clock. Bogie pirouettes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's still with the clock. There should have been a couple of chances for a bomb drop, assuming those are 8, but no, not happening.
Yeah, this seat's been very cool and related to bombs.
Now this is going to be interesting for our enemy sets. So we've seen, we have Guri on the overworld. We're going to have this dungeon, which is going to be a combination of Darknuts and Wizroad, which is a pretty nasty combination. We're trying to think if we've seen Lionels yet.
Bogie making the correct guess on the bomb wall too.
Yeah, he had a little less pressure on him since he had 7.
Looks like that Moldor might have rolled down.
No, the boss Moldorm is considered a boss, so the HP is going to be vanilla. We did not. There's no plus or minus on them. Hey, a key. Oh, red candle.
No, not too bad. We're a little offense early in the game.
Extra offense. Not. It would have been better to find that before you bought the blue candle, but with this amount of money that our runners have, it's fine. Yeah, Thirwolf's going to finally go ahead and kill this Moldorm. He did finally get a bomb drop, it looks like, so he's going to go for get himself 7 by bombing this last piece.
Pretty good combat for Bogie in that room. Gets to the next one.
Yeah, ladder making this room a lot easier to deal with the red Darknuts. Bogie has not seen the map yet because he did not clear that one. He did not get to that one red wizard room. So he's going to go ahead and up A, and he'll probably go beyond the Moldorm room. Might even spend a key and get the map. Probably get the map first. And this room can drop as well, so he's going to go ahead and kill these blue Darknuts. Nice job by Thirwolf in that room.
More bomb droppers.
This room here for Bogie will get him the map.
Is Thirwolf in a drop room?
Oh yeah, this room will drop.
So there's 2 incentives.
Can drop, I should say. It didn't. Doesn't want to spend the key there. We'll see if he spends a key anywhere. It's always a little scary when you have 1 key in all those doors. But going up here makes a little more sense because there's potentially 4 rooms you can get to, as opposed to the 1 going down.
Yeah, and open doors
and there's a key
right off the bat, and a key.
I saw the 2 open doors, and so maybe he's going to go ahead and spend the key down, knowing that he can get to at least 2 of those rooms going up. And unfortunately, we just have a Goma there, which could be there could be something there. We just won't find out.
It's increasingly looking like there could be something because we have the Triforce and the item left, and they've cleared out the majority of the room so far.
Yep.
High five with Bogie and Thirwolf.
There's the Triforce. So they're both going to be in this nasty little room.
You're lucky that's not a shutter door.
Oh yeah, I mean the BMOs. You got a red wizard, you got a blue wizard, you got a bunch of dark nuts. Looks like Bogie's just gonna say no. I can't say that I blame him. Thirwolf clears some of it. He's gonna reset the room, see if he can get a better enemy set. We have red dark nuts for Bogie behind this key door.
Now he did spend a key to get in this one room.
Yes, he did. So we're gonna have kind of different knowledge gaps for these runners. Thirwolf having seen the Goma and Bogie having seen this room, which just drops the compass. So the item is either behind the Goma or behind the room that Thirwolf's killing right now. Bogie takes the Triforce. We'll see if he goes back in for the room that Thirwolf's in right now.
I would think Bogie might just take off.
I could see the argument either way. Yeah, Bogie's gonna go ahead and leave. So if this is something good for Thirwolf, that's gonna be pretty huge. What's really interesting is if this is not the drop room, Thirwolf's gonna know. Yeah, and it's not. Thirwolf knows not to come back here until he has a bow, and Bogie doesn't know that because he did not see the Goma.
That'd be a quick item for Thirwolf to grab.
Thirwolf sees that there's one more key door that he can't go into. Bogie finding level 3. I think this is on a river spot. But yeah, you know, these runners are just showing just how good their combat is. Just doing such a great job. Let's see, what else are we gonna do here? There is a couple.
He hasn't been in one room and it's key blocked.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. There's a couple rooms down here that we haven't seen. The one going down in this room we haven't seen.
Oh right.
We're gonna try and do that. Oh, we're gonna try and do this next room here. Thirwolf really wants the item out of here, and again, if it's something good, it's gonna give him a nice advantage. If it's something awful, then yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting. And there's you know the in between items as well. Like a red ring would feel really good for Thirwolf because he might think that Bogie didn't get it, or a white sword, a wand, that type of thing, or it could be something required like a bow or silvers.
Oh wow!
And he says no. I don't blame him. Wow. Okay.
That was a drop room too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. So Thirwolf with the better knowledge. Yeah. So Thirwolf with the better knowledge of level 1, but Bogie with less time in it, and we'll see which one pays out better.
The bomb dropper in 3 looks like it's the what are they called? The mummies?
Yeah, these are Gibdos.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the Gibdos is a bomb drop. Sometimes the words just don't come, right?
Yeah.
And if you say mummies, people will understand what you mean. And yeah, it's river spot. Thirwolf is gonna go ahead and join Bogie in level 3.
Oh, blue Lionels are going to be tough with green tunic and 3 hearts.
Yeah, we're going to use bombs. We have that red candle. The Lionels are a little bit easier to deal with, as long as you stay on that half tile. And the nice thing about Lionels is that once you kind of get them in a sort of stun, they won't fire at you. Like, that's the big difference between Lionels and Gorilla, is that Gorilla don't care. They just keep firing that boomerang. Thirwolf wants more bombs.
Bogie found an early Triforce in 3.
Yeah. He wants that Triforce. I imagine he's going to try not to go too many rooms away from it before he goes back and picks it up.
Yeah, he doesn't want to redo that combat.
No. I wouldn't want to redo it. Map. This is either the heart. This is not a segment of 3, so this is either the heart or the item. Thirwolf buys a key. I like it.
Smart move. There's our bomb shop, 21.
Yep. 21, 1 rupee above vanilla, not terrible. Not the really nice price of like 1 or 2, where you just don't even care if as long as you see a bomb drop, a
This
bomb.
suits the best.
Yeah. Okay.
Boomerang in
in level 3. Bogie wants no part of it. I'm of the opinion that I'll pick up a boomerang unless it's early enough to still be of use. I'll pick up a boomerang on the floor, but I'm not going down the stairs for it.
Yeah, boomerang is definitely a sometimes weapon. Bogie making good progress in 3. He got the Triforce and he's out of there.
Yeah, not gonna get the container heart, which, you know, they're not gonna need it, so... It's nice when you find it. He's gonna take his bombs and do some Death Mountain checking. So here he's gonna go ahead and do a screen wrap, bomb this hole, and go in from the other side. And we find level 4!
Oh, wow.
No pirouette to go north, so we're gonna have to go to the west. See if we can get a better enemy set here. It looks like it may be the Lionels again. But interestingly enough, we got 4 of our, what I call, major enemies in the dungeons. The Lionels, the Darkness, the Wizrobes, and the Guria. No, not the Guria, the Moblins. We haven't seen the Moblins yet, I don't think. And just the Guria on the overworld.
This is transversable because he has the ladder.
Yeah, you'll never be forced to make this clip. But he's gonna go ahead and do this. There is another path to get through this. But we want to go fast. We don't want to take the time to get that. Now, gotta be a little more careful with that. Yeah, using the bubble for iframe so he doesn't get hit by the 2 HP taking sword.
Very manageable enemy set in 4.
There's our map. Ooh, that's a map. It means there's a bomb hole.
Frustrated. He's really investing a lot of time in 3 here, and he's just getting the banana from it.
Yeah, it's good. Unfortunate. Have we seen Moblins in the overworld? That's what I can't say maybe we have seen Moblins in the overworld, in which case we have our more difficult enemies in the dungeons. Although I'd much rather deal with Lionels in particular in dungeons.
Thirwolf ducks out of 3 without finding the item. He doesn't know that's the right choice. He might come back in for it.
Yeah, later. Well, he didn't get the he's buying bombs. I think he's gonna go right back in. He hasn't gotten the Triforce either.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because yeah, you kind of want to take advantage of your smaller dungeons. Alright, chat saying we've seen some red moblins on the overworld, just not blue ones, and that might be what, maybe why I missed them, because, you know, you're looking for those bomb dropper enemies. This could be a thing here for Bogie. Gonna go ahead and take the time to kill these wall masters, which are really, really slow and annoying. And it is gonna push, so we're gonna get something. Heart.
Chest would approve.
Yeah, we're gonna get into our second row of hearts, which means we're getting close to the potential of picking up a magic sword.
He has potential with 1 more heart, and it's like a 10% chance, right?
20%.
20%?
It goes up 20% with each heart, so yeah, with 12 hearts is 20%, all the way up to, you know, 40, 60, 80, and of course 100% at 14. And this room is fun, because this room will drop in level 4 and only in level 4, so you have to clear it. And we get a key, so it's not terrible. Wolf gets a key as well.
Yeah, both runners in a pretty good place with keys right now.
And the ropes will get you if you're not careful with them, as Bogie's found out right there.
They're harder than you think with 2 hit points.
Yeah, when you can't one-shot the ropes, it's a little annoying. Let's see if Yeah, Bogey's gonna play this. He's gonna go through the tea room again. A little surprised. He could have killed the ropes there and just skip this clip. But okay, never mind. We've got bubbles in this room, so it's gonna stay dead. They're also doing a nice job with the candle and the half tile. He's gonna find his Triforce. He's gonna leave one Lionel left before he checks this other way. I like that. If you leave one enemy or less than, you know, the max enemies, it will always be just one enemy at that point. And now he knows that this is the room with the Triforce, so he might... No, he's gonna have to kill it because of the shutter door. But when you leave the one enemy, only the one enemy is gonna respawn. But yeah, he wants to dig this item out, and he's not gonna be happy with it, but he's not gonna have to go far enough that it's gonna hurt him. If it was just one room up from here.
There's a Triforce.
Did we get the item? I don't know if he wanted to pick that up or not, because I don't.
Yeah,
think
there might have been a
item
Triforce. He was standing right there when it hit him.
He is gonna go ahead and leave. Now there's our blue moblins.
So we're finally about to get the bad news, so he should be out of here pretty quick.
Yeah, they're also not going to pick up the boomerang. I would argue it still has some utility at this point, but not a lot. So I certainly, you know, again, it's in the stair. I don't blame anyone for leaving it there.
Thirwolf gets his second Triforce.
Alright, Bogey's just going to leave level 4 alone. We'll see, he might come back later. We've now left items in 1 and 4. If Thirwolf continues on the same path, he will also see level 4 shortly. It looks like he might be going a different direction. He wants to see what this forgotten spot location holds.
Always good to get that one out of the way.
Gonna buy meat. He's got the money for it, so why not?
Yeah, not a bad call. Wasn't too expensive.
And we find level 2!
Lucky levels they're finding. No, the big ones.
We have found 1, 2, 3, and 4 all in the same general vicinity. Thirwolf about to find level 4, so we'll be interesting to see if he gets the item out of level 4. Now, if Bogie gets the recorder, he'll have a better chance of getting back to these. Oh boy.
He's trying to force a bomb, but he wasted 2 so far. He's got 1 left.
Oh, there we go.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know why he went for... It looks like he was going for the 2 at the same time, and it got one of them, and then he went for the 1, and it missed. That gets a little scary. And we have a segmented 2 with whiz robes.
Excellent. That'll make your day.
That blue wizard room could be our Triforce room. Could be our item room. Let's hope not. Of course, level 2 will have 2 floor items, so a heart on the floor and then an item on the floor. There's the heart.
Bogie well in
Triforce.
territory at this point.
Yeah, he almost walked right into that too.
Now mags are pretty close to start, so I wouldn't be blown away if he did a check on that after beating 2.
Oh, for sure. I mean, next time he up A's, I should say, would be the time he would check it. I don't think he's going to check it any time before that, but yeah. Absolutely, when it's that close to your start screen, it makes sense. We're going to try and clear these blue dark nuts. Thirwolf, meanwhile, gets the map of level 4. Nice bomb floor drop there for Bogie.
I'm thinking the level 4 ink blot is a tornado, like off in the distance coming in.
I like it. More red, yeah. As long as they're not blue whiz roads, you know. So far, we've only had the one really bad room. We hope that's not the item.
Is
On the other
Bogie in the
hand,
drop room?
yes.
Okay. That explains why he's going through all the trouble.
Yeah, there's actually only a handful of rooms that you really need to know in terms of drop versus rooms that drop versus don't drop. And the nice thing is for whatever reason, the vanilla game set it up because, oh, there's a white sword for your item. Bogie grabs it. He's gonna beeline for that Triforce and get out of here. But yeah, to finish that thought, 1, 4, and 5, all the rules and exceptions apply in one or all of those dungeons. So that's the big thing to know. At least in Quest 1. Quest 2, we're still working on.
It's going to take me a while to memorize all those.
Yeah, Thirwolf is in the room that's got the heart container. Bogie takes a 4 Triforce to 2 lead, although Thirwolf's going to get the Triforce out of here. What's more interesting is Thirwolf going to get the item, and is it going to hurt Bogie to have left it behind? I get why Bogie didn't go back in after picking up the Triforce, whether or not the Triforce pickup was intentional or not, because this is a very linear 4. So to get all the way back to that room to go on, he just didn't want to do it. And I don't blame him at all.
Bogie finally buys the arrows.
Yeah, I think this is the first time he's truly had the money for it, and it's been convenient. He's also going to buy the meat as well, so no one's going to get bait blocked in this seed. And with 4 Triforces, Bogie's going to want to start prioritizing finding level 9 a little bit more. And Thirwolf probably as well, because he's got this level 4 close to done. He's going to be getting into... he's going to find level 2 if he keeps on this path. And he did not get Y4, so we're going to hopefully see what the item is out of level 4 here. Yeah, I see chat saying key's not an issue right now. Yeah, Thirwolf has got 10 now. Bogie's got 6.
Any game coming.
Yeah, that wouldn't... I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen that happen. Yeah, imagine Thirwolf might be clearing... Yeah, he's going to leave 1 Gibdo. That room won't drop, so there's no reason to clear it other than to open up that shutter door. That's a terrible spot for Hint's game. Not that we have the book to read him. But he's going to have to go back down through there to get the Triforce. So leaving 1 Gibdo, so when he comes back down to get back to the Triforce is really smart. Asking why Thirwolf is behind a couple levels. Thirwolf spent more time in an atrociously bad enemy set level 1 with Wizrobes and Darknuts. So he's got a ton more information about level 1 than Bogie does, but unfortunately was not able to get the item out of there. Bogie bailed on it a lot quicker, and that's the biggest time difference. There's also a little bit of a time difference. Thirwolf went to Death Mountain to try and get the sword up in the Death Mountain open cave, which it wasn't the location, so he lost maybe a minute going there early. And this should be our item room right here. And we find level 8!
Oh, the silver arrows!
Oh, well, that's a development.
That's going to give Thirwolf a big edge. Bogie's going to have to come back and get them later.
Bogie's going to have a reason to come back and get them later, because at this point, Bogie needs to find a book and he needs to find a hint to get him back there, because I don't see him going back there anytime soon. And it all came down to a Y-Force. And I totally get not wanting to go back in at that point, but That could easily be the race right there.
The bow's still at large, so that could do both things.
Yeah, I mean the bow missing plays in favor to Bogie because he might look for the bow in level 4 before looking elsewhere. If it comes down to, you know, looking for items late game. We're gonna see what this 8 look. Oh my.
Name
That
block.
okay. Well, there's your any key.
Like I said.
Wasn't quite in the dungeon you were calling it in, but close enough. So Thirwolf doesn't know it, but those silvers are really good for him. Like he's, you know, that's a situation where you don't expect your opponent to have necessarily missed those, especially in a level 4. Now you'll get more whiz robes here in level 8. I'm sure our runners are gonna be thrilled to see that.
Chat saying that level 8 looks like a vice grip.
It looks like a mess. I'm not particularly good at the ink blot game. Sometimes it's just something just sticks out at you, and I'll call it. But mostly it's I leave it to the more creative people out there in Chatland. I see a Klingon bird of prey.
Answering the chat, the players, I believe both of them know where the white sword, the magic sword is, but they haven't checked it since they've been eligible. Well, since
Yeah, we haven't seen an up A save in a long time now. This is interesting because Thirwolf did not continue on in Death Mountain, so is not going to find level 2 and is not going to find level 8. And whether that matters, we don't know yet because we don't know the level 2 will only matter if we need to get the Triforce out of there, and if we haven't seen level 9 yet, so we don't know what our numbers are. Level 8 is a big unknown. We have not found... We found the any key, which is really nice, but Thurrow's sitting there with 12 keys. We'll laugh at the any key and probably still pick it up because it's early enough, but... yeah. Usually you get a good chuckle at seeing an any key with that many keys. Let's see if this is the second item. It is. Oh no, it's the heart. Or the, I mean, if you count the heart as an item.
So there's one more item on the floor.
Yep.
Bogie finding the heart seconds away from, oh no, he's not. I'm sorry.
He's leaving. That is kind of, I mean, it's an ugly enough 8. I can see the argument for leaving here. We found level 6 on Thurwolf. Oh, I think we found this earlier. This was
yeah, it's the first
near start.
We weren't sure. We were talking about whether or not they were going to go in there later.
Yeah, I see chat saying, imagine having 12 keys and see then getting the any key. Try 20. Sometimes the keys are just out there everywhere and you just get all of them. And Bogie finds level 5. I didn't see where this was.
I was watching Thirwolf.
Yeah, chat, help us out. Anyone see where this level 5 was? I think that's that's all our dungeons except 9. We've seen 7. It's up in the northeast. Okay, level 5 is in the grave. Thank you, Crim. And shoutouts to Crimson Avix, who went ahead and is doing our tracking today, set us up, all that good stuff. Trackers always are MVPs. Also one of the tournament admins. Doing a great job.
Thurwolf finds a heart. No, Mr. He's in 6, so his item's on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, and that magic sword, a little more important to him in that he only has not found that white sword and may not find the white sword sitting out there in level 2. Unfortunately, Bogie's the one with 12 hearts and the 60% chance of picking that magic sword up. A scary explosion for Bogie.
Not unneeded. Oh, almost got the bomb. He's got one bomb left.
This is still doable. We might end up using the potion.
He's got it on B. Meanwhile, Bogie finds a heart container in 5.
Now an 80% chance of that magic sword.
Good combat on Thirwolf to finish that off.
Yeah, very nicely done. And 13 keys. Well, soon to be 12 again.
Thirwolf in a push block room, but it won't matter.
He just wants some health and or bombs from these wizrobes. He does get the fairy, but he really wanted a bomb. This is going to be a transport stair. And the room Bogey's in right now, this is the kind of thing that jars me nuts. When you get shuttered into a room that you know doesn't drop, but you have to kill everything because of the shutter.
Especially if it's bunnies or something like that that are going to take all day.
Yep. Anytime it's something slow or difficult. Compass for Thirwolf. Not a terrible, terrible room, since he can just hide out on that ladder to just play it safe. Also,
Bogey
bomb
with
droppers. Also, ideally, Thirwolf will get a bomb drop or 2 here.
Clock is nice to have. We'll speed this up.
For sure. Bogey's going to be a little bit careful here, down to 1 heart. Looks like he's going to grab this Triforce and get out. See if he comes back in for the item.
Meanwhile, Thirwolf on the other side is getting his heart container. Does that mean that Thirwolf is going to skip the item in 6? I would imagine
Well,
he does.
let's find out. He doesn't have neither. So it's a question for both of them. Neither one has the map for their particular dungeon. So you know, whether or not you leave a dungeon. For me, a lot of times, whether or not I have a map will be a big reason why we'll stay or leave a dungeon. We did. Oh, that's right. We had this mugger room.
In the
And
second
this time,
one,
Bogey's gonna go ahead and pay it off. He's hoping not to have to do that. And for the Triforce, it wasn't needed.
not a big deal losing some money right now.
There's our map.
There's the Chevy room.
Yeah, I think Thirwolf is going to join Bogie in 5, and it's just double heart. But guess what? Bogie has 14 hearts, 100% guaranteed magic sword. You just go pick that up.
Do you remember what the magic sword was?
It's in this screen right here.
Northeast is right there.
I think Bogie might have retried out of that spot early on, because the bomb at early game, that bomb is a lot more valuable than having the bomb hole open for the magic sword later.
So Bogey's in a pretty good position right now. He's got the any key. He has 5 Triforces. He has the magic sword, where Thirwolf just is fighting with the wooden sword still. He has more hearts.
Yes, but he doesn't have the silvers, and that might tell the tale. Now, here's the thing. We still haven't found level 9. And level 9, at this point, we're running out of overworld to check for level 9. Which
I'm calling
means...
level 9 being in the other raft spot.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, I swear when the any roads are on one raft spot, the other one always has something. But he's gonna have to go back into these dungeons and dig them. And if I were Bogie, I would do 4 first, and then 1, and then 8. In that order, because 1 is full of wizrobes and dark nuts. 8 is big.
Bogie trying to buy bombs.
You don't have 21 rupees, dude. And 4, he kind of knows essentially where the item is, and he has it narrowed down to half the dungeon. Now, it's also a long slog to get up through that level 4. So I certainly could see him, going in a different order prior now. And also, I'm also saying this knowing that he needs to go back into level 4 to get the silver arrows, so... But it looks like we're going to do level 1 first, which also makes sense. He doesn't have the knowledge of level 1 that Thirwolf has. Didn't want to spend extra keys, has the any key now, so he's going to be able to get into all these rooms. He's got magic sword, he's got potions, so he's going to be able to clear these rooms relatively efficiently. I think he might have already done that blue dark nut room. The only room he's not going to be able to do is the Goma room, unless, well, I mean, if he gets the bow elsewhere, it's not going to matter that he can do the Goma room, because then that's not where the item is.
Goma's guarding the raft.
We'll see. It's certainly possible. Raft is one of those important items, has to be in 1 through 8. Here's the Triforce in 5 for Thirwolf.
He's probably glad to be out of there.
Yeah, I don't think he's seen both heart containers. Oh, nice fairy for Bogie. The blue dark nuts actually playing their role as health droppers.
Oh yeah, he's going back in.
I mean, at this point, both the runners are running out of locations that that's level 9 and level 6. No, we have 6. They're running out of locations where level 9 can be, so it's looking more and more like there's going to be an overworld block of some sort. So Bogie's ready on that potion, but not ready enough.
Can't take it with you. You should use it when you need to. Oh, I'm just hurting for Thirwolf fighting that room.
Yeah, this is a terrible room. I don't think there's anything here either. Although I'm not sure. And Bogie had the white sword when he was in this dungeon. Oh, clock, clock, clock.
Still a slow room, but at least it's less dangerous.
Yep.
I like the back forth rhythm.
Alright, so this room that Bogie's about to enter in, we know is nothing because we did see Thurl clear it out, and yeah, immediate Wizro beam to the face by Bogie. I almost feel like just take the potion. Just use the potion. Yeah, he's got the potion out. We'll see if he uses it this time. But the really bad thing for Bogie is if he clears all these rooms and it turns out it is the Goma. Okay, there we go. We're gonna use that potion now.
He's not messing
There's
around.
at least one other blue Darknut room that Thirwolf did not clear. And he did not clear the room below the Triforce room because he didn't have a key to get in there at the time.
Thirwolf with an increased mag chance, but not what he was hoping to find. Maybe he'll check mags right now.
Oh, he's checking it right now. We'll find out. We don't know. Bogie picked it up on 14.
Oh, he doesn't have bombs. Did he leave the bomb cave open?
He might not have, but he can get a bomb from this guy.
Hopefully.
And might have to reset to do it. Does he? Yeah, it's already open for him, so he's fine.
Good.
Come on, 60%.
Fingers crossed. Yes.
All right, both are runners with that mags now. Both are runners with the same number of Triforces. Thirwolf has a lot of more Death Mountain that he hasn't cleared yet. Imagine he would go there first, which would get him level 2, which would not be great because guess what? He's got Magic Sword, that white sword. Not going to matter to him at all. Alright, did we not see the room under the Triforce from Bogie? Because that's one of the other rooms we have not seen.
I don't believe we did.
I'm surprised he didn't do that one while he was up there.
Oh, those Wizropes are real squishy now.
Yeah, it always feels good when you just... Oh, he's got this room. He's got the room below this. I think we've seen the room below this. The one kind of down and to the left was a bunch of blue dark nuts. We have not seen that room yet. Nice fairy drop from the Wizro. Okay, he's going to give up only the equivalent of 1 heart because he walks into a dark nut trying to get there. And again, It's these bubbles that are the worst, right? Because they just take away your sword. Alright. Finishes that room. It's just reset. Okay, just reset. Okay, we're gonna... Yeah, I like the reset. Gets his... If you're not gonna do any more of those rooms, gets the potion back.
Maybe Bo thinks that Bogie thinks it's bow blocked.
I mean, there's a really good chance it's bow blocked. But there's still... I don't think he's... I might have missed him clearing some of those other rooms, but...
I can't think of any other reason he would just bail if he had like one room to go.
Alright, Krim, our tracker, says Bogie has now cleared all the rooms except the bow, except the Goma room, so it is definitely bow blocked. To see where he goes next. Again, level 4 makes a lot of sense. He's got 4 and 8, and he hasn't touched 6 or 7.
Thurwood takes a potion instead of a heart. It's a smart move.
Yeah, now that he's got Magic Sword, the hearts just don't have nearly the same kind of meaning.
I think he had a potion
two
too. I think
Yep,
he just picked up a heart upgrade with that.
Yeah, that might be. And to answer chat,
potion
yeah.
upgrade.
Yeah, to answer chat, yeah. Important items in 9, not on in this flag set. So, bow will not be a 9. Power Brace, not Power Brace, we have that. And Recorder will not be a 9. And at this point, or Raft, at this point, I think we've seen enough of the overworld between our two runners. The 9 is going to be either under the Recorder or the Raft.
I'm on Team Raft. Thirwolf not going to be thrilled to find the white sword in this place if he sticks around for
No.
good.
Yeah, Bogie was really happy to find the white sword because he was still on wood sword, but Thirwolf's on magic sword. He's just going to roll his eyes at it. And yes, one of the raft spots has already been taken up by an any road, to answer chat.
Yeah, Thirwolf is absolutely going to dig the item here.
Yeah, he's got magic sword, so these enemies are not nearly as bad as they were before. He's still looking for bow. He's still looking for overworld blocking items to find level 9. There's no reason not to do it. Interestingly enough, I don't think we saw the item out of 6, so it'd be interesting if Bogie finds something good here.
Found the Triforce.
See, now everything's dropping bombs. Didn't grab the ferry, though.
What can Thirwolf...
See, this room. This room might have been the reason why Thirwolf didn't get the item out of here, because it might be behind that shutter door somewhere. Bogie's going to go ahead and take the potion so he can finish this room.
Even with plenty of bombs and a magic sword, like a few bops from those things can really take you down with Green Tunic. He does take a few bops. Now Thirwolf, did he find the item on the floor? Yes, he did, but he didn't find the second one, right?
I don't know if he found the white sword. I don't know if he saw the white sword or not. I was too busy watching Bogie do the blue wizard room.
He did find the white sword. He walked up and stabbed it with his sword and walked away.
Well, then, yeah, he's good to go. I think he ran over the heart, too, which is less relevant, but...
Mm-hmm.
But nothing behind those blue whiz robes.
How many spots does Thirwolf have left to check? Does anybody know in chat?
Just these West Def mountain spots and maybe a few power bracelet spots. We are running out of locations. Neither runner has gone back into 7, which is also interesting.
Well, I wouldn't imagine Thirwolf would at this point. I imagine he's going to go hard on 9 rather than clear out 7 or 8 for an item.
Well, he can buy 9. We might need an item for 9. It's looking very much like 9 is going to be blocked by, again, either the Recorder or the Raft. So, locations we have not seen. Locations we have not seen. We have an item left in 8. We have the item in 6. And neither runner has touched 7 other than to see that they can't pirouette it.
How many whistle spots are there in the mixed overworld?
11. 2 guaranteed to open, and 9 that are in that 1/3 to open category. Bogey's gonna go back into level 6, because I think he's seen everything and knows that he needs an overworld blocking item to get into level 9. We've not even seen a map to this level 6, which makes it even tougher.
There's a push block spot there, hasn't found yet.
But yeah, if I were to give an advantage to one of our runners, definitely advantage Thirwolf, because we don't know if Bogey's going to get back into level 4. He was Y-forced out of a very linear level 4, did not go back in, and missed the silvers on the floor there. Deep, deep, deep in the dungeon.
Thirwolf looks like he's gonna dig out 8.
Yeah, we'll see how much of this 8 he does. Like, Bogie didn't even grab the Triforce out of here.
Could work in his favor in finding the second item. That would give him, if it was the bow or something like that, that would give him a good advantage back.
Yeah, if Thirwolf, like, we're both our runners are in dungeons where we're missing one item, and the other has been in that dungeon. So, like, a required recorder or a required raft in one of these dungeons could give a big advantage for one or the other. A book also. Bogie finding a book here in level 6 would be really good for him. He doesn't have a lot of money, but it would at least give him a chance to get a hint about the silvers. There's the any key for Thirwolf at 12. At 12 keys, gonna pick it up.
I suppose you have to.
I mean, you don't have to, but I find you still want to pick it up for a couple reasons. Oh, there's our map, such as it is in level 6. So the 2 reasons why I like to still pick up the any key even with that many keys. One is you don't have to think about it. So you don't have to worry about your route around key doors at all. And even with 12 keys as he had, you might still route around the key doors if you can, and pick up the keys. Like if there was a room that Bogie just saw with a key in it, he just ignored. The other reason is it is not unheard of for a level 9 to just have a ton of key doors and just completely take away all your keys.
Yeah, it's not that big. Not that big of an investment in time. Just snap it up.
And the game being funny to us because these 2 staircases are going to connect to each other. So we're still missing that floor item out of level 6 here.
I'm going with 6 looking like a dancer with a skirt on, kicking her feet up.
I like it. What rooms in the 6 have we not seen? Oh, there's this room right there under the V that's in the center that Bogie hasn't gotten to.
Thirwolf in kind of a tricky room, but he's clearing it really well.
Fortunately, Bogie with no bombs. Yeah, with the sword beams, this room is easy. Without sword beams, to get the darkness on the bottom there, you'd have to clip into the blocks doing a reverse block clip, which I guarantee you both these runners could do if they needed to do it. But the problem with it's kind of slow because what happens is you get clipped into that block, but you can't move left and right, so you gotta wait for the darkness to come to you. Bogie's, is he gonna leave 6 or is he gonna get some bombs and go back in? We try and pirouette this. We know this can't pirouette because we tried that. We tried that like an hour ago. It's looking very much like this room that's right there in the middle under the V. It's like there's a 9-block set of rooms there. And there's one room under the V, it's on the second row, that Bogie has not been in. And he wants to get there, but he needs bombs to do it. So he's going to try and kill these darkness in hopes to get a bomb.
Nope.
There
Oh,
we go. There's
nice.
global. And it doesn't bomb from this direction. We got 4 other walls to try. 3 other walls to try. And 3 bombs to try them with.
Sounds like fate to me.
Meanwhile, Thirwolf is still in level 8. This room could push.
Nope.
It doesn't. I think we're looking for a floor drop anyway. And this could... Yeah, this. Oh, there's a recorder
There's
just
a whistle,
sitting there.
yeah.
Okay. That's good news, bad news for Bogie. That'll probably get him level 9. The bad news is it's going to take him further away from going back to level 4 for those silver arrows.
It does give him that edge that he needed over Thirwolf, though.
The other bad news is if it is on the raft spot, this is just going to be a bunch of checks for nothing.
For sure. But statistically, it's the right choice for him, not knowing what's actually going on.
Yeah, no, he's going to be checking these recorder spots, and then he'll know whether he needs to dig for a raft. And Thirwolf's going back into...
Chat making a good point that having the recorder will make it faster to get to level 4.
Yes, that is also true. So yeah, I mean, Bogie, a lot of people will say that if they only have a few rooms left in a dungeon, they'll go back to that dungeon before going into a level 9. Level 4 is kind of on the edge of whether you would do that or not, because it is, like I said, a very linear dungeon. To get to the back, those silvers are really, really deep. I don't know if he's going to go back in there. But on the other hand, it's still, potentially faster than level 9. I don't know. We'll see. I always say it's...
the smallest dungeon he hasn't dug yet.
Well, except for one, which we know is bow blocked. But yeah,
book. No money for hints, but he's got the book.
No, Thurl got the book, and that's the thing that Bogie needed. Which means Raft is in 7. No, never mind. Raft could still be in 1. And we have not seen the white sword item. We are an hour and 11 minutes in. We have not seen...
Maybe that's a Whistler Raft spot.
Yeah, we have not seen the white sword item. Meet the old... Okay, that's the magic sword hint. The last sword item, sure, the white sword item could be the bow.
Thurwolf finally gets a bomb that he was farming. If you're Thurwolf right now, where are you headed?
Probably 7. Because I have the try out of 6. I don't have the try out of 7. It could be an 8 try seed. We may never know. Like, these runners might walk into 9 with... Well, Bogie's gonna... Unless it's on the raft spot, Bogie's gonna find 9 soon. So we'll know... we'll know a little bit, potentially.
Oh, the bow's the white sword item, according to Krim. There it is.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, that recorder is hard required. So Thirwolf, going into level 7, which I do think is the right play for him. That's not going to get him the bow. Bogie's going to keep looking for this level 9 as we run out of recorder spots. If it's an 8 try seed, though, another advantage to Thirwolf since Bogie didn't actually get the Triforce out of 8. Yeah, right now, Bogie's gonna go back into level 1. I'm not sure if he's out. He's definitely not out of recorder spots because there's the one on Death Mountain that he hasn't seen yet, but he can do that. He can record a 4 to get there. But right now, he's gonna go ahead and kill the Goma here and see if it's a raft.
Maybe he'll dig 4 after checking the last recorder spot. Since it's so
it's
nearby.
possible, because he'd be right there. Like this, that would be the best time to do it.
Thirwolf saw that heart container just in time before he got bopped into the staircase. So that means the item in 7 is down the staircase.
So I just want to point this out for a second. I called the race that chest jerk ran yesterday, and he put the over-under at 12.5 hearts for himself, and he ended up at 8. Both of these runners, who normally would not pick up a ton of hearts, have very much out-Chester with, at the moment we have 14 and 13 hearts.
There
and
it
there's
is.
the Wrath.
And one.
Thirwolf getting a nice item, though, with that red ring.
Nice to have. Excuse me. Thirwolf is going to be pretty much unstoppable at this point as far as combat goes. He's a great combat player anyway. He's got the red ring. He's got tons of hearts. He's got the magic sword. He's got the silver arrows, so he's in pretty good position overall if he can just get that bow.
And there you go. 9 is on the Wrath spot. Let's see what we need to get in.
All right.
And
8 minutes.
Bogie doesn't know this, but that is probably the better answer for him. And Thurwolf's back in 1 and doesn't have that bow yet. He knows that the item could be Goma Block, but he doesn't know that the item is. And play a melody to obtain the bow is a really good hint for him. He needs that recorder.
Not happy to hear that news though, as he burns the old man.
No, I wouldn't be happy to hear that news either. Alright, Bogie's gonna go into level 7. He's gonna get the Triforce. He might probably get. I assume he's gonna get the red ring. I didn't quite see Thurwolf's route through this dungeon. Since Thurwolf did not pick up the Triforce, I imagine the red ring is more available. He probably just. Yeah, I don't blame him for bailing with the red ring. You don't know that you need this Triforce. You got the item. All you're looking for is your overall blocking item to get to level 9. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, Bogie decided, we're gonna go ahead and try that again. But even with Thurwolf not having the bow yet, I still, would rather be in his position with already having found the silvers.
Bogie gets a nice opportunity to fill up his bombs in a shutter room full of Dodongos. Isn't so dangerous anymore.
As chat points out, Bogie has 4, 7, 8, or 9. I mean, it's going to be most likely 4, 8, or 9. I'm going to assume he's going to find this red ring. I could be wrong. This is just the transport staircase. What room has the red ring? I thought it was a diamond stair. I'm not 100% sure. And Bogie now to 15 hearts.
It's quite the full clear.
When you're a player of the caliber, this is gonna be the red ring unless we're segmented. When you're a player, we're segmented. Never mind. Of the caliber of Bogie and Thirwolf, having this many hearts, not gonna make you particularly happy. I mean, I with the exception of Chester, because he is up there with his abilities as well, and sometimes I think his ability to play this game gets overshadowed by the hearts he likes to pick up. Compass for Bogie. He's gonna up A, start over.
Now, does the compass make Bogie beeline towards the Triforce and skip the item and check somewhere else?
I mean, he's gonna check things on the way, for sure. He still needs silvers. Like, when Thirwolf gets back into level 7, he doesn't care about anything but getting that Triforce. And in fact, it's going to go head back to level 6. I think he's narrowed it down to level 6 has to have the recorder. Let's see. Did we need the... I don't think we needed the power bracelet, but we needed everything else. We needed everything else.
The power bracelet was the pretty much free one on the
yep. Because we had the ladder as our most item into the power bracelet on the coast. Okay, this has got to be the red ring for Bogie, which is good for him, but more so, not even just so much for the combat, but because he knows now that this is a dungeon off his tally that he knows he doesn't have to come back for silvers. And to answer chat, yeah, 8 Triforces to enter 9. This is why Bogie's picking up this Triforce. Thirwolf has not found 9 yet, because the chain to get to level 9 goes as follows. You have to get the recorder out of 6 with Thirwolf, which is what Thirwolf is looking for right now. To get the bow underneath Vanilla Quest 1, 2, or Quest 2, 3, the lake there, to get as the white sword item. To go back to level 1 to kill a Golma, to get your raft. To get to the one raft spot remaining, because our other raft spot was a take any road. Okay, Bogie recorder to 4, but sadly not going in. It's gonna go into 8 instead.
One thing I, learned on last time I watched a Zelda race was that you can find out how many Triforces are required if we know it in the top right-hand corner of the screen. I never looked at that, and then somebody finally told me in the chat about that when I started asking.
Yeah, we started doing that, and what gets really fun is when a runner goes, first time we see 9, a runner goes in with more than 5, but is able to get right in. So then we just, we change it to 5 or 6, or 5 to 7, or something like that. But in this case, we know it's 8. So Bogie knows he has to get the Triforce out of 8. Chad asking if he digs the item out of 8. Again, it depends on how, the route he takes. Does he run into... He's certainly going to be looking on his route. But if he misses it, he may not go back in for it. But that book would be really good for him, because then he'll be able to see the hints in level 9. At the very least, he'll be able to see the hints in level 9 that say, hey bud, the silvers are not here. Go elsewhere.
And he kind of needs it, since Thirwolf already has the book. Yep. He kind of needs it to keep a competitive advantage.
There's the book. Okay. So he got the book, now he's just got to get the Triforce. Yeah, chat commenting on how both runners went all the way around the room that the recorder was in, but we didn't have a map until... Thirwolf has gotten this map faster than Bogie did, but, they didn't have a map to know that there was even a room there, so yeah. And that map was in a dumb spot. So Bogie now knows that he's got 4 left, and he's got 9 left for silvers.
Bogie's gonna have to be a little careful in this room.
Yep. Those wizards will still do half a heart of damage, and this room as well.
Without beans.
Yeah,
there
okay.
He goes.
He's gonna go ahead and use the potion. The beam sword is only a convenience. He'll be able to... That dark nut at the bottom, he's gonna be able to clip into the blocks to kill it if he loses his beam swords.
Now, Bogie not rich with rupees, and doesn't have another potion to use for later.
No, with Red Ring he'll be fine. The bigger concern is he can't buy hints. Those hints were expensive. He could one at a time get all the hints, but that's super, super slow. But in the time it would take him to save scum all his hints, he could probably actually have cleared 9 and found out that these silvers aren't there. The best case scenario for Bogie is he goes into 9 and immediately gets the silvers are elsewhere hint, and he knows to go back to 4 at that point, because he's seen everything else.
Now, will he whistle to 4 to get that power bracelet spot, and then maybe go back to 4 from here? That'd be the perfect thing for him to do.
What power bracelet spot?
The one in Death Mountain that he hasn't pushed yet.
He's got all his dungeons. He's seen everything. He doesn't need to check anything else.
Okay.
He just needs to go. He just needs silvers, and he's going to go to 9. Not a surprise. It would not have surprised me if he'd gone back to 4, because the number of places left in 4, not too many. He's gonna, in his case, he's got to hope that again either he gets the hint or sees the items very quickly. Sees one item quickly, doesn't even pick it up. That's my favorite item, Bogie. You should pick that up. I get why he didn't. I mean, at this point, he's got Magic Sword. The wand is not nearly as useful as it otherwise would be.
Yeah, it would only be potentially useful versus a Patra at this point, right?
I don't like to use the wand magic sword Patra combination because if you're not precise on the double button, oh my god! I have never seen someone kicked out of 9 so fast without the hit. Okay, now I say Bogey's in the lead because oh my god, that 9 just immediately found the first 2 items. But to finish the thought on the Patra, the hitbox of the wand is going to be prioritized. So instead of doing 4 or 6 HP of damage, you're likely just going to do 2. So I only will use the wand if I have wood or white sword. And on magic sword by itself is going to be good enough to do plenty of damage on that Patra. But the reason why you'd want wand is in a room full of bubbles to be able to kill things more easily. It's a little more. It's not just little. It's a lot more valuable in second quest because in second quest, if you get red bubbled, you still have a really good, really good offense. And I imagine if this were second quest, I guarantee you Bogie would have picked that up.
Thirwolf getting the bow.
Thirwolf getting the bow, and now he needs to go back to his 1 to get his raft. He's probably gonna do these recorder spots first. And Bogey's gonna, well, we'll see. He's gonna have a choice at the top when he gets to that middle L to the top. He needs to go all the way to the left under the V to get the silvers. So he might save a little bit of time if he goes to the left first. I believe when Thirwolf did this, he went to the right first.
To answer the question in chat, Power Bracelet is not required in this seed.
Nope, the easy to get to overworld blocking item did nothing. I mean, there might have been a take any or something, but we don't even know what Magic Sword is. We know it's 12 hearts or less. Bogie picked it up on 14. Thirwolf picked it up on 12.
Answering chat, Thirwolf does not know that he needs 8 Triforces yet.
Yeah, he's gonna find out
raft so he can get to 9.
Yeah, he's got 1. I think he may just have this one last record spot left. He's hoping this is 9. At this point, I'd be very worried because, again, these recorder spots are just not guaranteed to open. Like, you could literally have just 2. You could literally have a recorder open up the same number of spots as the raft, whereas the 2 raft spots are, of course, guaranteed. Why is Bogie going to answer chat? Bogie has the Triforce out of here, like an hour ago. So he doesn't need it. He's looking for the item. He knows it's silvers because he's seen every other item in the game, including the 2 items in 9, which were one east and one west of the old man room, respectively. Like how that was, I've never seen that before. And there are the silvers for Bogie.
Thank God.
Finally in go mode.
Now, if I was Thirwolf, I'd be pretty nervous right now because he's got 7 out of the 8 Triforces. He has no idea if he needs them all. He just pretty much wrapped up the whistle spots, so he knows he needs the raft. He doesn't know where it is yet, or he probably has a pretty good idea. And
now he knows exactly where everything. He knows that the raft's in here because he's gotten everything else. He knows this is the raft, and if he's checked all his recorder spots, and I think pretty sure he has, he knows that level 9 is on the raft spot. The bad thing for him is he's going to walk in there and it's not going to let him in. He's going to have to go. He's going to have to go back to 7 to get the Triforce out of there. Cat asking me if Thirwolf will finish. I don't know if he's going to finish. He's at 2 wins. He's in pretty good shape, even if he loses this, getting into brackets. And once you're in brackets, I'm not convinced the tie breaks matter. We're going to have... Like, I'll just give you an example from last year. Last year, our eventual winner, TA909, played Psytown in his first round. So, and as most of you know, Psytown's one of the best in the business at this game. So, you could see, even if you're higher seeded, you might still get a really tough matchup in the first round.
Thirwolf's gonna find the news that he needs to go beat 7.
Yep. It's really unfortunate because he was like 2 rooms away from the Triforce when he got the red ring, but I don't think he had the compass because I really think when you're that close to the Triforce and you don't know if you need it, you just grab it. You just grab it.
Thirwolf knows where 7 is, right?
Yes, of course. He's got the.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we found 7
apologize.
like what, 10, 15 minutes into the game. It was very early,
My
and
apologies.
he's already got the red ring of that out of there. And yeah, Chad agreeing. Yeah. And now, of course, we're listening for that roar.
And we're looking for the door.
Looking for that door. And we're trying to avoid the dig dogger. Bogie's gonna do something that I think is really smart. Is not gonna pick up those bombs. First of all, it's really slow where they're at. Second of all, if he runs out of bombs, he's probably marked that spot has bombs. You can go back and pick those up when he needs them.
Bogie getting a lot of time ahead of Thirwolf and 9 while this is all going on.
Yeah. Oh, there's Zelda.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this is, 9 can still do things to Bogie. So we're not over yet. Oh my God! Look at that 7. I'm so glad we found the map. Look at this monstrosity. But you could kind of see how 8 fits right in there.
Mm-hmm. 7 looks like a guy doing parkour.
A double segment got chat. It says triple segment. Yeah, we'll see if we get the map of 9, because it's going to be pretty big with, I mean, we had the brick the other day. If we get the brick again, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. Who was that race?
Can't
remember.
It was the last race, I believe, of the week. So. Oh, it was Why Must You Hate Me and Babino? Yeah. It was Yumi and Babino. There it is. That's not a brick. That's got holes in it. I want my money back. But it is 54 rooms, which is still pretty... Sorry, 56 rooms, which is still pretty darn big.
Do you have a trick for counting that? You just go the full amount minus the empty rooms, or?
With this one, yeah.
Okay.
The 64 is the max.
Relatively beefy, though.
The funny thing is, something I've noted quite a bit, is that we've had a lot of really small 9s. Like, I think I saw a 39 room one, a lot of 42s, 43s. Yeah, not this one. Thirwolf, about to get his Triforce, is going to join Bogie in level 9.
I wish I kept track of when Bogie went into 9.
Yeah, I missed it too.
It's got to be like something like 45 minutes.
Southeast,
Right?
okay. We got the hint for the southeast. So let's see if Bogie can make his way south. And Thirwolf about to enter 9. All these dig doggers. The dig doggers, of course, can mask the roar of Ganon, which is always a little bit scary. Now,
Patches too, right?
Yep, any boss, actually.
Right.
And there is to some runners, a blip you can hear. Bogie's, in fact, leaving the room and coming back in to see if he can hear the roar of Ganon, which makes a lot of sense. Some runners can hear the blip. I almost never can hear the blip, so I would do what Bogie's doing, which is leave and come back, or just check the rooms anyway.
There's a setting.
Bombs.
There's a setting that turns off the music in the Zelda, which I would imagine makes hearing Ganon a lot easier. Is
I
that
don't think so.
allowed in the race? Are you sure?
Well, you're allowed to do. You're allowed to use no music. I don't think it actually makes the blip more audible.
Bogie with nice.
And there's
game inside.
Ganon down for Bogie, and that's gonna be the end. Bogie's knows where Zelda is, so this is not gonna take much longer. In the end, some of the extra digging the Thirwolf did just end up hurting him. In particular, level 1. He just got behind in level 1. We thought maybe the silvers that he found in level 4 were gonna be an advantage for him, but we didn't know that the items in level 9 were gonna. First of all, the fact that it was an 8 Triforce seed really hurt him, and then the fact that those items were one room to the right, one room to the left of the old man lobby, and that kicked Bogie out immediately. I think this could have been very different if this not been a 8 Triforce seed, because then Bogie's in here a lot earlier. It would have had more choices of where to go back to, for one thing. And Thirwolf would have just been able to get in and wouldn't have to go back to level 7.
I thought Thirwolf spent a little extra time in 3 as well.
Yeah, he probably, yeah. Because I think he left 3 and came back with bombs. That sounds right. There's the wand for Thirwolf. There's the door for Bogie.
Get your GGs in chat for Bogie.
He's going to finish with an official race time of 1:35.42. We'll go to 3 and 1. We'll officially punch his ticket into the bracket round. Thirwolf going to go 2 and 2. We'll have another shot of punching his ticket next week. And we immediately have Bogie with us. GG's, man. That had to have been... I don't know what you must have been thinking in that scene.
I was totally chill the entire time.
So
Oh
first
my
question.
God.
Level
Yeah.
4. The first
Yep.
time in, Y-Force?
Yes. Yeah. And with all the stuff that happened leading up to that, with having like 0 global bomb luck at the beginning, I just felt like 5-10 minutes behind. And I had already, I think I had the only death I had was in 4, and it was really dumb. Tying to a rope. Yeah, so I had already done that and just feeling behind, and then I got Y-Force. I'm like, there's too much game in front of me. I just got to keep going and hope nothing important is in level 4. But...
Yeah, and that level 4 was dumb too. It was super linear, and the silvers are way at the back. So just to get back to the spot where the Triforce was would have taken you quite a bit of time. It turns out you were quite a bit ahead. Neither one of you were getting globals. The globals just weren't dropping for either one of you. Thirwolf spent a bunch extra time in level 1, which is kind of what gave you a bit of a lead. Spent a little bit extra time in level 3. So he was about a dungeon behind you. But then he gets to level 4, he doesn't get Y-Force, and he finds the silvers, which is really interesting.
Yep. Yeah. That level 1, Mags was not in my plans at all, but that level 1 was very difficult between just the whiz robes and the 2 different dark nuts, and and then I saw and key problems very early as well. So I'm like, okay, I made my one shot at picking a key door, and it was completely wrong, although I think it might have gotten me the Triforce. But I just felt very resource starved very early. And I kind of took the approach of like, I want to stay on the critical path. Like, what's the minimum that I have to do in order to beat the game? And while that forced me to bump around from dungeon to dungeon, with the Y-Force in level 4, I'm like, I still have like 4 dungeons to dig, maybe 5. I don't remember, but I still had a lot of game, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna go kind of the path of least resistance, and that included at some point late in the game, I'm like, once I found that recorder out of 6, I'm like, I want to find 9 and or the white sword item, and ended up finding the bow, and I'm like, all right, well, I know that Goma was in level 1, and it was blocking an item, and
Yep.
and then that got me the raft. I'm like, okay, well, will this finally get me level 9? And then I was able to see, okay, I need 8 Triforce, and I didn't calm down a bit, but just like knowing that like we needed 8 Triforce,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, okay, I got to go to every dungeon and dig everything out. So, yeah, I mean, and then those 2 items in level 9, right at the start, because I made the
Yep.
gamble,
It was
you know, 2
amazing.
out of 3.
That was
you know,
amazing. He got kicked out so quick.
so I was happy to see that, and I kept on looking at the race room, like, all right, got a chance. He's not done yet.
Yep.
You know, and I knew it was a hard combat seed. I mean, it was just you just had to kind of take your time with some of those rooms. I mean,
Yeah.
Mags was huge. Like getting all those hearts was great, and then I did get White Sword out of 2. I'm like, okay, I don't need to go right away to Mags. So that's why I went like when I had 14, because I'm like, anytime I waste like going somewhere else, like, you know, I'd hate to interrupt what I was doing, go back to, you know, start and Mags at 13 or something, and miss it. So
Yeah. The assumption was always that you would go check it on the next up A, whatever that would be. We know it was at least, at worst, 12 hearts, because that's
Okay.
what Thirwolf got it at.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I called the. I don't know if you watched the chest jerk yesterday. You both
little
out
bit.
chest jerk. Chest jerk.
Well, and I left the 16th heart. I saw all 16 hearts. I'm like,
You know,
I don't need this.
Yeah, you see Thurl with 14. You had 14 picking up Magic Sword. Like, this is not something I expect from either of you. But the game was just giving you hearts, so I mean, you were picking them up. So why not? Especially with that Magic Sword right next to your start screen. You know, that makes a difference. If it's out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, I imagine you might have skipped some of those hearts, but it's so close to start.
Yeah. So I'll be very curious to watch this this one back, because I mean, 135, and to beat Thirwolf with the 135 is just crazy.
I really think it was just you just bailed on some of the dungeons quicker, which you know, and were able to do like all the rooms in one. You had better combat by the time you came back, because you had you know, like a Magic Sword, whereas Thurwolf was trying to clear a lot of that stuff with, you know, just
with
a wood sword.
Yeah.
And as you know, I don't care how good you are, you can survive it, but it's going to be slow. And and then, you know, so I just think that was the main thing. You both level 6. Oh my God, level 6 was dumb. He left it. He left the recorder behind the first time. I'm trying to remember if you left the recorder behind the first time, or if you got it when you got the Triforce. But one room that you had to bomb into, surrounded, you know, and there was no way to know that there was going to be a room there, because all 4 walls were solid from what you could see. Until you got the map, and you had to go back out, get bombs, and try and figure out which one was the right one to bomb into, because by that point I think you'd seen every room.
Oh yeah, that was the last room, and I had 1 bomb and 2 walls. I'm like, all right, I'll try this one, and nope. So yeah, I had to duck out, and luckily it didn't take too long, but it just was like, you know, adding on top of all the other bomb troubles that I had throughout the seed. I'm like, come on. So yeah, I would say, you know, as difficult as that seed was combat-wise and just trying to survive, it was equally as difficult mentally, just because, you know, early bomb problems, you know, seeing the combat be very difficult early on, you know, knowing I'm going up against Thirwolf, who's, you know, one of the top in the game, and just all these things, and I'm like, and also like, I don't want to go 2-2. I mean, you know, this is a very deep field, and you know, you can't take any race for granted. So, yeah,
and bracket ticket now, don't wait a week.
Yep, yeah. So, and then that level 9 is not easy either. That map, it was like very much Swiss cheese. Like there were like these tunnels, and yeah, I don't know if there's like magic stairs to get wherever, but there's not very convenient stairs to get around.
Yeah.
So
well, and then the other thing, that 8 Triforce situation really helped you out, because like Thirwolf did not grab the Triforce out of 7. He got the red ring, And didn't have the compass, didn't have the map at the time. I don't think you ever got the map. You definitely need to watch what that map looks. Triple segment, three, not just like a 2-room segments, but like solid segments.
Nice.
So he didn't know. I mean, I imagine you grab the Triforce after grabbing the red ring, if you know it's there. But when you don't know it's there, I think it's totally reasonable to not grab it because you know you might not need it, and you don't know how many rooms from beyond the item. It is. So it totally was reasonable for him to leave without it. But unfortunately, that hurt him because he just like you, he gets into level 9, and sadly didn't have the Triforces to get in. So that was I would say the extra time in 1, a little bit extra time in 3, and then the just having to go back to 7 to get the Triforce. Or the
Gotcha.
things that hurt Thirwolf and saved you.
Get your GGs out for Thirwolf as he finishes the race.
And to be clear, there is a time tiebreaker, so there is incentive for runners to finish. Finishing within a race time of 1:44.49. Not exactly what I expected when you guys when I signed up for this race, given how good you two are, but knowing what the seed was, it doesn't surprise me at all. So just sometimes the seeds throw crap at you, and we do have Thirwolf with us today. GG's.
Hey, GG's Thirwolf.
GG Bogie.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So
Goodness.
before I ask you anything, why don't you go ahead and share some thoughts with us?
Just basically, it was a brutal slog of a seed that required like a million things, and it was all bad that it required.
Yep. Except the power bracelet that was free. Didn't need that.
Oh, and a free ladder. Like,
yeah.
That gets you going.
Maybe if I had had the white sword earlier, perhaps, maybe. But, man, that was just a unfortunate series of events where the items were, and of course, for Plither Overworld, to find 9 at the 1 raft spot, you don't have the any road to, so that's great.
Yep.
I think I even said it when we saw the Any Road at the other raft spot. That tends to happen. There'll be a level there, but didn't expect it to be 9 necessarily.
Yeah. The only things I did not do, I did not grab that 1 heart in the stair, and I did not check the recorder spot in Death Mountain that was west of level 4's location. Otherwise, I think I 100%ed that seed. I didn't grab the wand and boomerangs, but
I saw everything, but I didn't necessarily pick everything up because who cares?
I think you both did, right? You saw everything.
Probably.
Pretty much. Yeah. So, Thirwolf, in your case, the first of all, neither one of you could get a global bomb drop to save your lives. Like the bombs were just not dropping. And then when you all finally got into level 1, you spent a lot more time. You really wanted that item out of level 1. Unfortunately, the Goma said no, you can't have it. I think you even went back in a second time later.
To clear all the rooms that were bad combat, hoping for the recorder, but no.
And then level 3, you took a little bit longer, and that was less of a big deal. You didn't, Bogie got the white sword out of 2 early enough to have it be useful. Because you went straight from wood sword to mags, which we don't know how many it was, because you picked it up at 12 and Bogie picked it up at 14, because you all had all the hearts. And then the other thing that hurt you, because if 9 hadn't been 8 Triforces, that you two probably end up in 9 looking for Ganon and Zelda at very similar times. Bogie got kicked out. Bogie missed the silvers in 4. So when you found the silvers in 4, like, okay, he's behind, but I'm sitting there going, I'd rather have the silvers. I don't want to have to worry about those. But unfortunately, level 9 decided to put its items. I know you saw the wand. I don't know if you saw the boomerang.
I saw the magic boomerang.
Yeah. And immediately kicked him out of 9. Which, at that point, all he had left was 4. So he went back to 4 after being Y-forced the first time in.
I mean, the path to Ganon was dumb anyway, so.
It was. It really was. And then finally, level 7 hurt you because you didn't have the compass. So it totally made sense for you to leave without that Triforce.
I was
it's
really
true,
hoping
so-
to, I'm like, I have so many Triforces. What are the odds it's,
Yeah.
8.
What are the odds?
Well, it is a troll seed.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a series of unfortunate stuff happening.
Yeah, the chain reaction.
Super chain reaction, yeah.
Super chain reaction seed. But yeah, you both basically full cleared everything. I think that one recorder spot that you skipped, Bogie, was the only thing we were missing from either one of you. So
Oh, I checked everything.
I know you. Yeah, you checked the recorder spot. I saw you do that. So. And then the
Yeah.
recorder in
Except
6,
the last
so it's
one,
surrounded by
so.
solid wall, like that, like just everything about the seed was just
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah.
And you got to see the
Gosh.
map of 7. Bogie hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, that was a treat.
Yeah, I did get the compass though, which helped.
But the fact that between the two of you, you each died only once in the seed, just shows what good players you are. The combat being as rough as it was, and just just all the things that the seed threw at you. Late red ring, it's
Yeah.
which by the time you got it, it really it's like, yeah, I want to have this, but it's not progression. It's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, so Thirwolf, unfortunately, that puts you in the 2-2 bracket. It still puts you in a pretty strong position, a really strong position, to make brackets, since we know 3 will get you in. You got 2 weeks to get that. So I imagine that both of you will be in brackets. We could see a rematch, which would be really, really fun. Like I could see you two, if I saw a finals race between you two, that would not shock me in the least. Both of you former tournament winners, so.
Long road to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of tough opponents ahead, so.
Yep, absolutely.
We'll see how it goes.
And a volatile flag set, so nothing's guaranteed in this tournament.
Mhm.
Yep.
But yeah, I fully expect to see you in brackets at the end.
Well, thanks for
And
the
I see
comms, restream and tracking, all that fun stuff, and good luck, Bogie.
Yeah, you
just
too.
go and take them all out.
Thanks to you both for a great race.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else either one of you want to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Nope.
Just thanks. Yeah, I'll echo Thirwolf's statement. Thank you for doing comms, tracking, restream. Takes a village, and looking forward to watching this one back. Thanks.
Yeah, and thank you both for putting on such a great show. It's just a pleasure to be able to call a race for 2 really great runners. I wish you both luck moving on in the tournament.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
All right. In the meantime, that is the last race for tonight. I imagine the race that started at the same time on SpeedGaming 4 is probably over by now. I'm gonna take a quick. Yeah, that's over. But there's a VOD out there. You go check that out, see how that went. The next race, there's a lot of races on the schedule tomorrow. I'm only going to read one of them off because it's at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's going to be between Diane and Druis, another really hyped 2-1 matchup between 2 really good runners. I'm going to be on the call with Why Must You Hate Me. I'm really excited to do that. That'll be right here on the main SpeedGaming channel. There are beyond that about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe more races on the schedule tomorrow. I can't imagine we're going to be able to get all of them on Restream, but I know the organizers will try to get as many of those on Restream as they possibly can. So keep an eye out on your schedule to see what races get Restreamed. I'm not going to call them out, but they do start at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I imagine that one gets restreamed. That one's Why Must You Hate Me versus Pleco. I imagine that one will get a restream because it's the first one and the only one at 6 o'clock, because every other hour seems to have like multiple races. So you'll have to keep an eye on that schedule. In the meantime, I want to thank some people. Crimson Avix for setting us up and doing the tracking. Trackers always are MVPs. And Spear and Magic Helmet. It was great doing comms with you. I know you said it's been a while. I thought you did great, and I hope we do it again.
That's great. You're so good at this that it was like you're so knowledgeable with the game and everything. I'm still kind of rough around the edges, but it was great talking with you.
Absolutely. But yeah, that is going to do it for us. Tune in early in the morning from work or while you're having breakfast, depending what time zone you're in, Although, yeah, some of you Europeans, because we do have a European player, Diane's from France. Maybe if of course, if you're up now, maybe. But we'll see all of you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Make sure to tune in to this channel. We'll see you all then. Otherwise, good night, everyone.
Good night.